Welcome back to the Soft Tissue Revolution podcast version 2.0, where we teach manual therapists a new treatment system that focuses on working smarter, not harder, which will allow you to cut your treatment times by a whole whopping 50% so you can stay healthy and help a hell of a lot more people get out of pain. My name is Dr. Matt Maggio. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the show. Let's jump right into it because I don't have a lot of time today. So stop blaming failures on circumstances or other people. This episode is going to be one of those real talks that might sting just a little bit, but when it's done, hopefully you'll have a new perspective and improved motivations. Even though having the need to be motivated all the time is actually bullshit, and what you need instead is to learn how to cultivate daily discipline, but that's a whole different episode. So what inspired this episode and real talk? A few days ago, I got a message from a colleague of mine, known them for a very long time, very good provider. And they asked me a question about trying to find a peak method provider in a certain area. And then we did the normal exchange, the pleasantries. Hey, how's things going? Hope you're doing well. I have a rule whenever somebody asks me how things are going is I either only have a good day or a great day. No day is actually bad, especially if you woke up alive, you have good health, and you have freedom. Like, there ain't no bad days. You're on the right side of things. So what this colleague was struggling with is they said business was way down and they had to cut back on some staff and haven't been able to grow, really getting into a negative loop as everything is going. That really does suck. And it can deflate you. It can put you in a negative loop, which eventually leads to fear. And nothing good ever comes out of fear. Look what we've been dealing with for the last 3 years. A bunch of fear. People losing their goddamn minds. We don't want that. So, yeah, I felt bad. Like, that sucks. That sucks when things like that happen. It sucks when business isn't good, especially when you put your heart and soul into it and you just want to help people and you can't help yourself because the business isn't doing what it needs to do. The issue that they had, though, was they then proceeded to say that they hope the economy gets better, but they're not too optimistic. Essentially, they're blaming the lack of business on an outside factor that's completely out of their control, the economy. We don't have a goddamn focus or control of what's going on out there. There's a bunch of idiots on both sides running the country, just doing a bunch of dumb shit. That's out of our control. These people are dumb. Both sides. This isn't a political rant, just a lot of dumb people, and we can't control the stupid decisions that they make. So even worrying about that just puts you in a bad place. So why do we do this as humans? Why essentially do we blame external factors as why we're where we aren't where we want to be in our life or for our failures? It's something very deeply rooted in our DNA and our human nature. We suffer from what is called blame bias. Blame bias. I got this idea from probably the greatest book ever written. I've talked about this in depth on many other podcasts. It's called The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. Definitely check it out and read it over and over and over and over again. It's amazing. It'll help you understand the world, why you do the things you do, why other people do the things you do, and just help you really get some clarity in all the absurdity that's going on in the world. So there's different layers to the biases that we have as humans. The first one is we start to blame circumstances like, hey, the economy, hey, the weather, hey, I don't know. There's lots of things, everything you could think of, blaming all sorts of different types of circumstances like, oh, I'm not in a good area, or like, everyone's scared around where I am. My building isn't good. Like every bullshit, make a whole list. You could go on all day about all these things that are circumstances. The next thing we start to do is we start to blame others. Maybe we might blame the client. Be like, well, they're dumb. They don't value their health. You might blame your partner. Be like, oh, they don't support me. You might blame your kids. Oh, they take all my time away. Blaming everything else, blaming circumstances, blaming others. And when we do all of that, what we really do is we just give our power away and then convince ourselves that it is out of our control. And then we just freeze and we take zero fucking action. This leads to more fear, more anxiety, and the problem just gets worse. Now, there are some people that I call truly evolved humans. This is maybe like 3% of the population they graduate to the third level. And what that third level is they take full responsibility for their lot in life and where they're at. They understand that, hey, bad shit does happen that is out of our control, but that doesn't stop them from taking massive action and not falling victim to circumstances or other people holding you back. The one thing I can't stand more than anything in our society right now is that victimhood shit. Like, oh, it's someone else's fault that I'm not where I am, or it's the economy, or it's the president, or it's the governor, all that shit. I can't fucking stand that. I can't stand victim shit because it doesn't get you anywhere. And before we used to feel bad for victims. Now we celebrate them. Like, oh, look what happened to you. It's okay that you're a fuck up. It's okay that your business isn't great. No, it's not. Take some fucking responsibility for where you are. So what to do? How to counter this stuff and not get stuck in that bias? Number one is I practice an ancient philosophy called Stoicism. Basically, the idea of Stoicism is that the only thing that truly is in your control is your thoughts and your actions, nothing else. Number two is remember that action always beats anxiety. So if you're sitting around worried as fuck, you're like, oh, my business is failing, I'm not doing what I need to do, oh, the economy, all this shit, and you just don't do anything and you just worry more and more, you ain't going to go anywhere. You're going to have more and more anxiety. Action creates a better place. Even if it's imperfect action, it's still moving in the right direction. Number three is take the power back and be radically responsible, and don't be one of those victims that blames others and circumstances for why they never succeeded or failed. That is the weakest shit you can have. Number four, this one's really important. Stop watching the news. Get the fuck off social media. Honestly, just use it for business and learning. Then get the fuck off it. All it does is mess with you. And lastly, probably the most important of all is get so damn good that they can't ignore you. Focus on solving problems and providing solutions. Learn to do it better and faster than anyone else around you, and set yourself apart from everyone else. Even when the economy does tank, it's going to tank. It's already tanked. It's all fucked up. We're going to lose everything, but whatever. No, it's not going to really happen. But when it does tank, then other people get fearful. And then what they do is we want them to look at you as something like you're valuable, you're essential, you're a necessity. Nothing was worse than when they told you as like massage therapists, you're non-essential, close the fuck down. Wow. That really fucking stung. It should sting. Like they let chiropractors and physical therapists stay open, but not massage therapists. You guys are unessential at all. And so many people just bent over and fucking took it. They're like, okay, I guess I'm not essential. Like, yeah, then do something. Become so essential that people need you, and not some luxury that they can trim from their budget. Feel better after doing that rant and that real talk. A couple calls to action here. Share the show with other people that you know can help, people that are being fearful, being victims. Like, just share it with them. Maybe it'll help. Next, go download my free training and actually go through it all. It's better than any paid course out there, any weekend course you're going to take, any other bullshit technique you're going to do. It's going to teach you how to get your shit together, how to be a true expert, how to solve problems, how to figure stuff out, and be a true expert at what you do. You can fix problems better and faster. You're way more fucking valuable than just someone providing a service, because everyone does pretty much everything the same way. They might do it a little bit different. You might be like, oh, I'm special. I do it a little bit different. You don't. You're not a true problem solver. And lastly, quit making fucking excuses. Take massive action and become undeniable as the best of the best in your area. It doesn't matter who's around you. It doesn't matter what the finances look like of other people. You're just solving fucking problems. You're better than the chiropractor. You're better than the physical therapist. You're better than every other lame dick fucking massage therapist out there just doing the same bullshit. You're actually obliterating any potential clients, not clients, got all fired up, obliterating any potential competition, and they can't hang with you. That's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Didn't get too offended, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Thanks so much for listening. If you want help on the path to being able to double your income, all while working 50% less and being taken seriously as a healthcare provider, I have some great resources for you. Number one, get access to our free training modules and introduction to my system, the Peak Method. Number two, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Soft Tissue Revolution. Links to all of this can be found in the show notes. Lastly, if you like the show, please leave us a 5-star review and share it with others that you know it could help.